Leonard Kaufer for Uke Jams here. And we've got a song today by Joni Mitchell, Big Yellow Taxi. Great song, as valid today as it was the day that she first wrote it. But what I really love about the arrangement we're going over today is you can bring Big Yellow Taxi to your play along, your jam, your weekly or monthly jam, and you can tell everybody this is a 3-chord song, and it is C, D, and G. And you can play this song using just those 3 chords. Hey, paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. All right, so you can play this song as 3 simple chords, or you can add a lot of variation to it that we're going to do today. We're going to add a little bit of not exactly finger picking, but a little bit of decoration, and we're going to use a lot of alternate chords, a lot of sixths and fifths and things to really bring the song alive. So while everybody else who hasn't spent the time to break down the song is playing just 3 chords and playing just fine, you're doing something a little more interesting. And it also makes it work better as a solo song if you do open mics or just playing for your friends or yourself, because there's a lot more going on than just those 3 chords. So let's take a look at the chords. Besides just the C, D, and G, we have a number of variations on those chords. Let's take a look. To start with, we have the C. We're going to add a C6, which is the same as an A minor 7. We're going to have a C add 2. And the 2 refers to the scale of C. So if C is 1, then 2 is D. So I'm going to come down here to my C string, and I'm going to bar the 2nd fret. So 3rd string from the bottom, 2nd fret. That's a C chord adding the 2nd note. Okay, so we have a C add 2. We have a D. We have D6. We're going to cover all 4 strings, which is like a B minor 7. But in this song, the D6 comes right after a D, so I find it easier in this case just to add my ring finger to the bottom string to go from a D to a D6. Okay, we have a G. We have a G major 7, where we're going to slide this finger down 1 fret, and since my fingers don't all fit, I'm just going to bar the bottom 3 strings. That's my G major 7. And the last chord we have is a very unusual one, the G5. Now, G already has a 5th note in it, so what does it mean when you see a chord that says G5? In rock and roll, these were referred to as power chords, because what they're doing is they're taking the chord, which is a chord normally has 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5. Those 3 tones, and they're getting rid of the 3rd. They're getting rid of the middle tone so that the chord is simpler, not as complex. So it's a bit tricky, and if you don't get it at first, that's okay. You can leave it out of the song, and you can add it later when you get proficiency. But what we're going to do is we're going to play our normal G chord, and then we're going to slightly lift up the middle finger that's on the bottom string so that it's muting the bottom string. So now when I strum, I get no tone for the bottom string. So that chord has a much more open sound, a much simpler sound, because I'm only getting the 1 tone and the 5 tone. So that's a G5. If I add that middle note back in, it's a much fuller sound. My understanding is they called these power chords in rock and roll because when you have lots of big cheap amplifiers, the sound gets very muddy when you play these full chords. So if you wanted to hear the chord tone really well, you leave out the middle, and it would come out more distinctly from the big amplifier stacks. That's what I've been told. You can pass that rumor on. I don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so those are the chords we have, and then we have some little tricks we're going to do when we're playing the G chord. So let's take a look at those. in the beginning of the song, when we hit the G at the end of the line, pay paradise, put up a parking lot. That's 2 full measures of G, and that's not very interesting. So we're going to dress it up quite a bit. And what we're going to do, and you can see it on your screen, we're going to play a G. Then we're going to roll this finger down or use your pinky. I'll do it using the pinky because not everybody can roll their finger down. We're going to place the pinky on the bottom string. These are all bottom string notes on the 3rd fret. So we're going to go from a G, pinky on the 3rd fret, pinky on the 5th fret. That may be a stretch for some of you, but we're going to do it. Pinky on the 5th fret, pinky on the 3rd fret, and then G, 3rd fret, G. Let's slow that down here. And I'm going to call out the pinky. G, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, G, 3rd fret, G. Let's do that again. G, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, G, 3rd fret, G. All right, let's practice that. Alright, so that's the main lick that we're adding to this song. And when we get to the chorus, we're just going to do half the lick. Alright, so let's take a look at how that all works together for Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi. They pay paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, bop, bop. Took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. They charge the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, bop. Hey, farmer, farmer, put away that DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, bop, bop. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam. The big yellow taxi came and took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, bop, bop. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, bop, bop. The pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop, 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 shoo, bop. All right. Big Yellow Taxi by Joni Mitchell. For Uke Jams, this is Leonard Kaufer reminding you again, play every day. It's good for your brain.